cold, wintry days? Wow, you even started with a magic circle. Notice at the very center you can't even see a hole. It's just joined together, and she's got her little end sticking out right here where she pulled it nice and tight. Wow, Caitlin. How to make a magic circle. First, you're going to take the end of your yarn and place it across your fingers, pointing down just like this. You're going to wrap it around 2 fingers and make an X. Then you're going to continue wrapping and hold it together here with your thumb. So I have an X on this side. If I turn my hand over, I have 2 parallel lines. On the side with the parallel lines, I'm going to stick my hook underneath the first one and grab the second yarn. As I pull it out, I'm going to twist my hook so that it's twisted right around there. Then I'm going to take my hook and continue up here, grab this piece of yarn that's just right close. It's actually the one that's connected to the skein of yarn. I'm going to grab this with the hook and I'm going to pull it through this loop. So you might need to kind of readjust your hand so you can pull it through this loop here. Now I have my magic circle, and you can untwist it here. I've got my loose end, or the end of my yarn. I have the other part that's attached to the skein, and I have my loop. This loop is where you're going to do your single crochet stitches. For our pattern, we're using this to make a hat. So we're going to do 6 single crochet into this loop. So I'm going to take my yarn, I'm going to go through the loop, yarn over, pull back through the loop, yarn over, and pull through these 2. There's my first single crochet into the loop, and I have my end just kind of hanging out here. I'm going to continue moving right to left just like I do in crochet, through the loop, yarn over, back through the loop, yarn over, and through 2. There's 2 single crochet, making sure I'm not getting this too tight. Through the loop, yarn over, back through the loop, yarn over, through 2. There's 3 single crochet. I'm going to do 3 more. Notice that I'm always pushing the yarn back down onto the shaft of the hook to keep it from getting too tight, so my hook can still go through. 2 more. 1 last one. Now as I'm working in the magic circle, I have to be careful that this end doesn't come out, because this end is what makes it the magic circle. I have my 6 single crochets that I did in the loop. Now I'm going to take this end and pull it. When I do that, it makes the loop actually disappear so that my stitches are tight. This is going to make the top of my hat, and as I'm working, if this hole starts to reappear, I can always just take this end, give it a little tug to keep it tight. Now, my loop is not complete yet. I've done the 6 single crochet, but now I need to go back into this first single crochet stitch that I did. So I find my V. And I'm going to put my hook through here. This might be a little bit tight, just getting started. I'm going to put it under through both of these loops here. There's my first single crochet that I did in the loop. And for this round, I'm going to do 2 single crochet in each. So I'm going to pull through here. It's a little bit tight again. This one tends to get tight since it's the very first one you do. So there's 1 single crochet, and then I'm going to look in this very same stitch that I just did. That single crochet, I'm going to do a second one. So there's 2 in the same stitch. 1, 2. 2. Then I'm going to do 2 in the next stitch. So this is stitch 3 and 4. Then I'm going to do 2 in this next stitch. 5 and 6. Then I'm going to do 2 in the next one. 7 and 8. 2 in the next one. 9, 10, and then 2 in this last one. 11, 12. So I have my first 2 rounds done. That hole did come out a little bit, so I can pull this to keep it tight and closed. Now when you're doing this hat, it's going to be very easy to lose track of what round you're on, and that's where the stitch markers come in handy. As soon as I have finished my round, so I've done 6 in the first round, I did 12 in the second round, 2 in each, I'm going to take my stitch marker and I'm going to put it underneath these 2 loops of the stitch that I just completed, the last stitch in that second round. That way, as I continue around with the different patterns for each round, when I get to the stitch marker, I know that I've finished that round. This is the last stitch. And then I do the same thing for the next round so I can keep track of where I am. All right, so that's starting out the project with your magic circle and starting out doing the rounds.